Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll discuss common mistakes to avoid while painting. Before you start painting, choose your reference carefully. To begin your painting, you will need a reference image. Now, it's not necessary that you pick your reference image only from the internet. You can paint from your own photos or even your imagination. Since you're a beginner, try to choose simple image, something that doesn't have too many details or elements. The more complicated your reference, the more time it will take to complete, and that can lead to frustration and loss of motivation. So, start with simple reference. Before you even start painting, choosing the right canvas make your learning journey much easier. First, pay attention to the size of your canvas. If the base is too large, it can make the process feel difficult before we even start. For practice, choose medium size. It's manageable and helps you finish your artwork confidently. Second, look at the grain of your canvas. Always choose a fine grain or medium grain surfaces. They make painting smoother and help you understand colors better and are much easier to work on compared to rough or loose grain canvases. Gesso is a thick, paste-like primer that smoothens the surface. The very first thing to note before you start painting, you should always have a 2 containers of water. Use one container to clean your brushes and other for mixing water into your paint. When you use same container for both cleaning and mixing, dirty water gets into your paint which makes your colors muddy and dull. So always use clean water to maintain the purity of your colors. This is a great habit. It saves you from changing water too often and keeps your colors clean. When you start painting, how you take out your colors actually matters more than you think. First, squeeze only what you need, not too much or not too little. With practice, your hand will automatically know the right amount. Second, always keep space between the colors on your palette. This gives you room to mix clean, beautiful shades without creating muddy colors. Third, close your paint tubes immediately after use. Acrylics dries fast and dried paint means wasted paint, so always close the lid. Before you mix your colors, keep these simple but powerful tips in mind. Water control is everything. Dip your brush fully in water, then gently tap up the excess on a cloth or tissue. You want just a little moisture, enough for smooth flow. Never dip your brush in water and use it directly without removing the excess. Otherwise, your paint will look watery like watercolor. And don't use completely dry brush either. That makes strokes rough and patchy. Mix small amounts first. Never mix all your colors at once. Start with little, observe the result, then adjust. If the color doesn't turn out right, try another combination. This saves paint and helps you understand color relationship better. Always swatch before painting. Test your mixed color on a paper or the side of your canvas. This helps you check whether the shade is exactly what you want. If you already have the exact colors you need from your reference, don't mix unnecessarily, and if not, just blend two colors and create your perfect shade. Master these basics and your paintings will instantly look more professional. Before you start painting, how you load paint on your brush matters more than you think. A well-loaded brush gives you clearer strokes, better texture, and more confidence while painting. Don't use just the tip of the brush. It dries too fast and creates broken, uneven strokes. Load the brush properly so the paint reaches inside the bristles. This helps the paint flow smoothly on the surface. Also check your brush quality. The bristles should be firm yet flexible, not bent or overly soft. If your brush bristles are bent or too soft, your paint will spread unevenly. Want your painting to stay smooth and realistic? Here's the common mistakes to avoid. First thing to remember is don't overlayer wet paint. As long as your paint is still wet and gliding smoothly on the canvas, you can keep blending and adding colors. But once it starts drying, stop blending. Don't try to add or merge more colors and don't use a wet brush to blend semi-dry paint. Doing so, you will ruin the surface and create patches. Instead, let the layer dry completely and then paint over it. This is called layering. You can't complete your paintings in one go. Remember, layering creates depth and realism, so don't rush the process. Want your painting to look 3D and alive? Here's how professional artists do it. For example, you can't paint the trees first, then sky behind it later. The correct approach is to first paint the sky and then add the tree on top. In the second example, after painting the base of the bushes, I will add leaves with darker shade of green, then keep adding lighter layers of depth. Layering gives dimension and realism to your art. And keep water spray bottle nearby to mist your palette time to time. This helps you keep your paint workable for longer. And but remember, these are acrylic paints. It's normal for some of them to dry out and go to waste. That's part of the process. If you want clean colors and long lasting brushes, listen to this. Keep changing your water regularly. Dirty water leads to muddy colors. And never leave paint sitting on your brush. It dries fast and ruins the bristles. Always clean your brush properly. Swirl the whole brush in water, not just the tip. If paint stays stuck near the ferrule, it can ruin your brush. Also, don't leave your brush soaking in water for hours. It damages the bristles and loosens the handle. Once your painting is complete, wash your brushes thoroughly with dish soap. Clean your brushes with clean water and keep them in resting position. It keeps them in good condition for a longer time. Treat your brushes bright and they will last longer and make your paintings shine. Now we will discuss the important steps to follow after your painting is complete. When your painting is completely dry, apply a varnish coat. If your artwork is only for practice, you can skip varnishing. Before varnishing, make sure you clean the surface gently with a soft cloth or a tissue to remove dust. Always apply varnish in an open, well-ventilated area so the fumes can disperse quickly, and wear a mask to avoid inhaling it. And lastly, progress matters more than perfection. Focus on creating more paintings. With every new artwork, your skill will grow and your art will naturally get better.